So, how old are you? Somehow I missed the date.
47 years.
47 years.
Fully.
Yeah. How much time did you spend in jail?
I was imprisoned for a total of 12 years.
Out of 47.
Yes.
That is 47 minus 12, 35 and minus 20, 15 years left. Well, conscious life is generally considered to being at the age of 20. That
Yes.
is half of life in prison, half of conscious life.
Yes.
Understood. What was the deadline? How much time is left for your sentence?
Well, my last sentence was 8 years. I didn't finish my sentence for 3 years and 10 months.
Yeah, I got it. Fine. Was there only one sentence?
Here, the last one.
No, was there just one sentence or more?
3.
3
Yes.
sentences. Fine. So you got out of jail in the
18th year. Yes.
What's next? Have you been involved in fraud?
I was involved in fraud, and so we were accused for OCC. OCC, Article 210.
What does OCC stand for?
Organized community, criminal community.
Either OCG or OCC.
OCG is with a weapon, OCC is without a weapon.
I didn't know.
Article 210.
How many people were there?
Well, about 8-10 people.
Were there accountants?
Yeah, that's it. The driver, the accountants, the administrator, the one who took the calls. Well, in short, that's all.
What did you cash out?
We cashed out the money. This is approximately how it happened. This is someone has company that need to withdraw money from their accounts. That is, the company has non-taxable income. This is the money we cashed.
How much do your services cost?
10% of amount.
Did you bring them out through some kind of enterprise?
Through different enterprises, organizations, all sorts of different
In short,
things.
you opened the bottle, there are 100 seals, right?
Yes, yes.
And what article was presented to you?
173rd, starting from 171st, ending with 175th.
List what these articles are.
This is reorganization, illegal circulation of money, illegal installation of slot machines. In short, there's a lot there.
Did you install a slot machine?
Yes, slot gaming ones. Strawberries and other games.
What is the winning percentage in these strawberries?
It depends on how you configure the machine via
It's
the
clear.
computer.
Well, how much did you have?
Well, about 30%.
Were there really those who won?
They really were. Even strangers won.
More details, what does even strangers mean? If you are not an outsider, you can win normally.
Yes, you just walk in. These machines are in cafes and stores. That is, all this is controlled by higher ranks.
Are the police involved?
Certainly. In Kirov they are at every step.
How much does one machine give in net profit if it is in a path-through location?
The one gives nothing. You need to install the network right away. At least 5.
How much profit does 5 machines give per month?
500,000.
How much should you give?
200.
And 300,000 remains. Well, minus the rent.
Yes, yes.
200,000 remains.
200 remains after everything.
Of course, there is no license.
Earn money
No
without
license.
effort. Of course not, because slot gaming is prohibited in Russia.
All you have to do is come and pick up the cassettes with money.
Yes, yes. The pawnbroker comes and collects everything.
Did you deal with drugs?
No, we have everything except drugs. If they find out that you deal in this, they will immediately kick you out.
How much did they award you?
8 years.
So you say there were 10 people. Of the 10 people, how many went to prison?
I'm alone.
Are you a representative?
Yes.
What about the rest?
The rest are fine. They paid off well. I was unlucky. If they hadn't come to me, they came to me first. They told the situation. And just before my arrest, I had a fight with my companions.
Uh-huh.
They come to me, I say I won't go, so that they can prove things. They agreed and left. Fine, a week passes, 161 articles were awarded in total. In Article 161, any lawyer will say that Article 161 applies a term of up to 7 years. They give me 8.
So you have a lot of crimes.
There is no difference. No matter how many charges there are, the maximum sentence I have is 7 years.
Oh, you were on parole.
Yes, 1 year. They give me 8, but according to all the canons, according to Article 161, they don't give that much.
Listen, it doesn't matter. The sanction requires 7 and they gave you 7.
Yes, well, that is just like that. And I went to jail. While 173 was possible, the guys were bothering me. That is, there was a lawyer and all these moments. As soon as I close the case, everyone evaporates.
173, what is this?
This is precisely the reorganization of companies.
Uh-huh.
I'm very angry at them. And plus, when I went to prison, that's when the problem started. I was recognized as a persistent violator. The violations were falsified. The only thing is that when I came to Kachucha, I know all the inspectors, all the bosses, all the managers. That is, how did I get into the war? We had an agreement with the boss. I sit for a certain period of time, renovating the premises. We were just involved in this. I bought a TV there and made a kitchen. Repairs are not Euro standard, but all at your own expense. I repaired the corridor and delivered the KAMAZ trucks of crushed stone.
Uh-huh.
When I approached my boss and asked about an agreement to shorten my term, he said that I need to stay for another year. I remind him for our agreement. He says, how about 1 more year? I say, no, Ivan Valentinovich, this is complete bullshit. In the end, I just left for SC. SC is a strict containment environment.
Is this how he thanked you?
Yes, that's how he thanked me.
Why did he decide to change his mind?
Don't know. But now I understand a little that this could all be because I was treating it. I called my accomplices and threatened them. Perhaps because of this.
Fine. How much did your conditions worsen before moving?
Made it very worse.
How long have you been in prison?
4 years.
And instead of easing the regime, they made it worse for you?
Yes.
How did they justify this according to the documents?
They found a blade from a machine on me. For 4 years I was fine, there were no violations. And here I have a blade from the machine in my bag. When I was at work, they found it.
Uh-huh.
I went to the prosecutor's office. There, of course, there were 3 people who confirmed that I had laid down this blade.
What did they contend like in SC?
SC strict conditions of detention. This is a cell for about 30 people. You sit there, breakfast, lunch, dinner, it all happened there. The work is also there. The job is sewing. That is, you go into the next room and that's it. Once a day, an hour of walking, you go outside. Also limited. This is how you live.
You should be in jail. Why did you go to war?
When I started contacting the prosecutor's office, that is, I contacted the prosecutor's office, Mr. Buluchev came to me, this is the head of the operational unit, and said to me, you will go
On
to my
SCTR?
SCTR. This is a single chamber type room. This is our colony 1. This is a village of Kochicha. And nearby 50 kilometers from Kochicha there is colony 6. It's just more popularly called the Black Woodpecker. This is in the old Russian way. According to Russian canons, they say that prisoners are broken there.
Colony 6?
Yes.
Yes. What does it mean to break prisoners?
In short, who does not agree with the administration, with policies of, for example, a city.
How does this disagree with city policy?
For example, Mr. Luzyanin, take him for example, he is one of the local celebrities. He was a director of the Central Market. They tell him, you're already many years old, give up your position voluntarily. He does not agree to lose his status and position in society. He was then given a term in a correctional colony.
What year is this? This is 5 years ago?
Not 5 years, he had 7 years ago. Basically, recently.
Do you still have a racket?
There is a little. He is sent to the 17th colony. That is, he had never been in jail before and he is
Under
placed
what
in general
article he is
regime.
being imprisoned?
Honestly, I don't remember. For some reason they imprisoned him, so he is sitting in a colony, but he can't stop. He's such a proactive dude, creates a criminal group, so to speak, from the 17th colony. He is sent to SCTR. There they begin to infringe on him. And there on the way to prison stands a large wooden penis. The penis. So...
Is this colony number 6?
Yes,
Further.
colony 6.
Is it still standing there now?
It's still standing.
Okay, the way standing the penis, right?
Yes. You can hack it.
So big? What size it is?
I don't know personally, but according to the statements of people who were destined to go there, they even lost consciousness.
Why?
They tell him Colony 6 and he faints because they were afraid to go there. For example, a team of simple prisoners meets you there. They are all dressed in black like Nazis. With batons. This is how they greet you. And just to intimidate, they lead you along a corridor in which...
black what?
In black work suits, in the German style. As old times, reading pants, caps, that's
With
the
caps?
style. Yes.
With batons?
They stood with batons.
For what?
To intimidate, to immediately humiliate you in this way, so you don't stick your head out. This is our black dolphin, black woodpecker, black owl. Here they are.
Don't tell me there's more music there.
There is a music, Rammstein. With Rammstein. That is, here it is
Yes, tell
approaching.
me.
This is the car, this is the car, this is the colony. The car pulled up the paddy wagon. We jump down, there's the airlock. So we enter the airlock, the music is already playing, Rammstein, Du hast. The prisoners are standing. Right, so just like that in black suits. In this attire, well, this is the same uniform as mine, only it's black and made in the German style. They are with batons. That's it, things are scattered, dogs are standing there, and you run toward the quarantine zone. That is, everything is by force.
Are the prisoners running
Yes.
there? And these guys beat you?
Yes. Here with Rammstein. Immediately, this is all happens.
Where is that penny standing?
This is already in the quarantine zone. That is, you run there and they strip you down completely. For example, 20 people arrived. Out of 20 people have already been sharpened. For example, 5 people.
Why sharpen it?
Well, that is, those are sharpened who need to be immediately raped.
Do they already know who they need?
Yeah, that's it. They already know. That is, they were shown photographs. They say their names. They say why they were in for, and so on. So you come in, they beat someone a little, well, to intimidate. Namely, these 5 simply begin to be beaten. And beat them hard. They start crawl there, crawl here. For every violation there is a punishment. There is such a tank there. There is a tank there, for example, a 200-liter barrel with a barrel attached to it and a cutout made for the feet. You climb in there and start running. And this crowd of prisoners is throwing
What
all
are they
sorts of
throwing
things
around?
at you. Different things, stones, sticks, whatever comes to hand. This is our Colony 6. So,
And they send everyone there in order to humiliate
approximately, yes. Almost already. You're already a broken person.
them. After what? After you were beaten?
You're already done. You give everything up. You're ready to sign the paper that you are going to cooperate with, and so on and so forth.
Why there that penis?
So that you kiss him and hug him on a camera.
What does you kiss him mean? What size is it?
Well, they say about 1.5
What is it
meters,
made of?
about 2. Made of wood. In winter they also made it of this, out of snow. Well, made of ice.
And everyone who comes must all kiss him.
Yes,
And you automatically became a humiliated prisoner.
according to the canons, humiliated.
What if you say no?
They will just beat you badly. And I'm not making this up, it's true. Even the words of our Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, if my memory serves me correctly, 2004, 2005, 2006, somewhere during these years he had an interview. He said in an interview that for people like Khodorkovsky, he has Colony 6, a village in the East Kiev region. Well, that is, for those who do not please the authorities.
It turns out that everyone in this colony is humiliated and offended.
Practically, yes.
Well, that is, there are those who did not pet this.
Yes.
How did they get through it?
Well, that is, who immediately became friends with the administration, that is, through prison somewhere. That is, when you were put, for example, in prison and there you met a good investigator and he will protect you. Just for example, how to put it correctly. That is, you went to prison, met the investigator, he saw that you were pumped up and in good shape. If you have nothing to lose, if you have to serve a sentence of 20 years, then you are offered to go to Colony 6 just as this guard. You will sit like this for 10 years and leave.
And in this case, it turns out that you don't go through this procedure.
You don't go through this. There are maybe 100 of them there, most likely.
How many people are there in the colony itself?
Colony special regime, about 800 people. And as CTR, it is separate. SCTR is a separate structure there in the colony, another colony. This is SCTR. SCTR brings people from all over the country there.
Once again, how is that acronym single?
Single chamber room.
That is, how is it there? How is it different from a regular colony?
This is one camera. There is not one cell, but many cells. There are 20 people in cell, for example. For all over Russia, those who are not pleasing the authorities are being brought there.
What else was so interesting in this colony? As I understand it, a colony of the humiliated, so to speak.
Not a colony, but this particular detachment.
Squad.
Yes. That is, those who simply come to a colony with special regime status.
Uh-huh.
When you enter the colony, this is where the barracks stand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 building, this is a special regime. And one building is separate, that's SCTR.
Well, everyone is driving there like that.
Yes, who is not pleasing the authorities. For example, they can put you in a cell with an orphaned person, with a huge man who will rape you every day. And you're not going anywhere, just a cell. One cell, and no matter how you yell or resist, they simply won't pay attention to you. This is what I was afraid of. That is, this is why I went to war.
I have to ask, what other forms of perversion are there?
They can make us swallow.
What is a swallow?
Swallow is when they put handcuffs on and you lie there for hours like this, that is bent over. I can't even show it like that. You lie there for hours, your bends swell, your legs swell. That is just torture. Very sophisticated tortures.
Come on, talk about torture. We need to know your side's talents.
For example, a stick is inserted. The stick is inserted like this. They tie it with tape and pour in oil. And accordingly...
What kind of oil?
Vegetable oil. Literally 10-15 minutes you start pooping. That is in your pants. And you walk like this and no one will untie you. Get out of here,
And
they
how
say.
long can you
Everyone is
walk?
chasing. You can do it for a day, you can do it for 2. Then one of the caretakers will come and ask if everything is okay with you. Well, yes, it's kind of normal. They will ask if you agree to something. Such bullshit. Every year, for example, reconstructions are made on May 9th. For example, some are dressed as wounded, others are made into airplanes, different things. Well, the plane was made of people, like the plane is flying, reconstruction of May 9, attack, retreat, that's it.
So that on a runway?
Yes,
Who are they doing this
on
for?
camera.
And who is this shown to later?
They show as CTR that here we are, you see how good everything is. Well, this is the situation. Can I smoke?
Yes.
This is our correctional colony 6. Everyone knows.
Did Navalny go there?
No.
Why not?
Navalny is very famous. How can I tell you? The public wouldn't give it. That is, problems would begin. That is, and so when he was imprisoned, he's from Kirovsk. He is my fellow countryman. When he was imprisoned, we already had pickets in Kirov. He is very, very famous. You see, as comrades in Germany and somewhere else, that is, he was sent to a middle-class prison so that everyone would simply forget him already, basically.
What other perversions are there in Colony 6? It's just terrible. That is... Right, there is a chat on the site or a chat below.
This is really true.
And the administration, as I understand it, gets some pleasure from this.
More likely. That is, not so much pleasure as, for example, Bibik Alexander Mikhailovich, who was the boss there. I visited him in 2001, on Sorda, when he was still deputy. He...
Was that during the first arrest?
Yes. I went there for corrections. Back then, as CTR, we had no idea about this. As CTR has opened, now I can tell you... 2005. There used to be a closed prison. So people were sent there. And then they made a new type of punishment, so it is as CTR. Then Mr. Bibik was still on Sorda, deputy for security. Personally, I had a situation. Bathroom. I washed myself in the bathhouse. We came in, there was a party of 10 people, and 10 people came out. And one forgot a part from a shaving machine. He was like, give me this one. Can we swear?
You can.
Give me this.
Doesn't matter.
I say, which one?
Doesn't matter.
He says that one. So I show him this or what, and we got into a little trouble. Right? SOD. SOD, the section of discipline and order, also consists of prisoners, sort of those who work for the administration. He heard this altercation. Accordingly, he writes a report on us. Report. So, the headquarters is calling us. And Mr. Bibik, he said, what are you? I won't swear. He says, come on, shake hands. We shake. He says, hug. Imagine 2 men are standing in the office of the deputy chief hugging. He says, I don't believe it. Come on, kiss. Such situation happened.
So what are you doing?
I had to kiss.
And then what?
Nothing, that's all. I ask, will there be any trouble? No, it won't. That's it.
It's
You're
terrible.
free to go.
He's sick in general.
So...
Bibik, yes?
Yes.
And he's the boss there now.
He is now, as far as I know, somewhere maybe 3-4 months retired. He could do all kinds of nonsense. Absolutely any. For example, violators, if someone did not finish the norm, for example, a certain amount of something, they kicked out 10 people there to tear up the grass. There's a scythe, there's a chainsaw, trimmer or something. No, you tear up the grass along the forbidden part. And then you carry it around. Well, these are the situation there. They pumped shit. Well, that is toilets, old toilet buildings. Punishment, mook, the same mook without a handle. For this shit, you go to the toilet there. Shit in a bucket, you pump it up, they take it out in a car. Barrel on wheels. So should have 4 wheels, but she has 3 wheels. And the main boss, he sits on top of this car. They take buckets there and pour them there. When it's full, it's probably 150 meters from the toilet to the lock where the cars enter. Well, all push it together, probably about 30 people. She is splashing. Then you go to the bath house and wash yourself, and this is considered normal. Colony 6. So famous. Gentlemen, you can go online.
I had enough. I believe. Who is watching, write in the comments. Are you even humans there?
Well, basically, terror is not bad.
In short, they tell you that you will go there to Colony 6.
Yes,
And you say?
I say no. And just then the Ministry of Defense arrives. Also, just months ago, I could sign a contract for 6 months with... with... Pardon. That is, all my criminal records disappear. And here I signed a contract for a year with the Ministry of Defense. I'm leaving hindsight on parole. I signed a contract for a year. Plus, I still have... what's its name? In short, I'm becoming a military man for life.
What does it mean?
It's like...
Mobilized?
mobilized.
Once again, what is a scam? You will be released in hindsight.
Released early.
Released early.
Apparently, I am signing voluntarily.
You sign a contract for a year.
Yes, and after a year of service by contract, I became mobilized.
That is, you serve until the end of the war.
Yes, I am mobilized until the end of the SMO.
Is it possible to survive like this?
I think not.
That's it, simple solutions are over.
Yes.
Previously, prisoners joined Wagner, the veterans, Storm Z, 6 months and home. And those mobilized continued to fight. Now they are essentially in hindsight on parole. And the moment you are released, you are obliged to sign a contract. You can't leave because you are leaving your unit without permission. And you are going to war for
Yes.
a year. If you survive for a year, do they pay salaries?
Yes.
If you survive for a year, after the end of contract, you become mobilized.
Mobilized. That's it. It's a one-way ticket.